should I file my own case, my own immigration case, or should I get an immigration attorney? I'm Attorney Pandeli, and we're here at Alien Attorney Offices. And let me give you a framework for this. So first and foremost, I get that there's a conflict of interest. I get that I'm an attorney, and so, you know, as the saying goes, if you ask your village barber if you need a haircut, he's not going to say no. So I get the fact that, you know, I'm telling you that you should get an attorney. But let me also frame why and what's at stake, okay? So immigration benefits and your ability to stay in a country or to live in a country or to marry someone or to be with someone you want are quite fundamental in nature. And so getting a denial on this sort of benefits really impacts your life. And so what you really want to think about is, what is the risk you're taking here? If the risk you're taking is, well, you know, it's no big deal, I can always go back to my own country and I'm okay living there, then by all means, that's something that you should do. In addition to that, I mean, this process takes time, right? And so while this process takes time, there's a lot of things taking place. So the first question is, well, did I do it right? So then there is just not having the peace of mind that that was done right. Now, the question you might have is, well, an attorney might do it wrong. You're right, but the attorney has gotten the requisite training and schooling that this is not the first time that they're doing something. You know, they're not making experiments on your life. So they've done this before, and they've done it plenty of times. And so you want to consider that because they've done it before and they know the process, they're able to do it either in a lot shorter of a fashion, or at the very least, they're able to give you the benefit you need at the fastest way possible and most efficient way possible. So those are kind of some of the ways to look at, you know, whether you should do it yourself or whether you should hire an attorney. In addition to that, there's other things like, you know, we live in the world of the internet. We live in the age of the internet, and so there's a lot of information online. Here's one downside of online information, including this one. It does not pertain to the specific facts of your case. And so at the very least, what I can do is I can tell you, here's one example, and then that's how it applies to other examples that might be similar to this one. But there's no way to say that your example is exactly similar or your category is exactly similar. And so what you're getting on the internet is this different pieces of evidence here and there, and then you yourself have to put it together. But the problem is that because, I mean, a lot of this piece of information could diverge from one another, or could be different from one another, and maybe they don't come together in the way that you need it. And so the question is, who makes the judgment call? You make the judgment call. And so if you've done this hundreds of times, you know, and you filed this type of case hundreds of times, or you've worked on this type of law many times before, you have what's called pattern recognition. You have the recognition of hundreds and thousands of other cases, so that when you have this new case come up, you're able to say, oh, this case falls exactly into this little framework here, and we should apply it in exactly that way, because we've seen over 100 of other cases that this is how we should have applied the law to the facts of this case. So really, it's you know, be careful of what you read or listen or watch online, because at best it's a general framework and it's for informational purposes only. It is not legal advice. In fact, every single lawyer, so non-lawyers, well, hopefully the non-lawyers will tell you, hey, you know, this is not legal advice, check with an attorney, or some of these companies that, you know, do doc prep, you know, document prep. They will tell you check with an attorney, at least the reputable ones will do. But a lot of times you have people that are authorized in the, well, not authorized, but actually you have people that are engaged in the what's called the unauthorized practice of law. So they're not an attorney, but they're actually giving you legal advice. And then what happens is you have these nightmare situations where you go there, like literally, we just had one last week where somebody came to us because they had engaged a someone that was preparing documents kind of in the black market. And then when it came to their mother receiving citizenship based on her, dementia and, waiving some of the requirements for citizenship, she was denied. And not only that, but the question that was placed in front of them there were some discrepancies in terms of dates and what was offered on paper, which now put them under misrepresentation. And so now what USCIS was saying that, they try to misrepresent in the document to get the immigration benefit. And so it put them in a whole different category, including them being possibly removed. So getting their green card taken away from them and then being removed from the United States. So the consequences are quite real. Additionally, so another way to think about it is, what is it going to cost me to do this right the first time? What is it going to cost me to get an attorney? And so a lot of times attorneys offer both payment plans or credit card, being able to pay via credit card. And so that's one way you can mitigate and kind of reduce the month-to-month cost while avoiding costs that could happen as a result of not doing the right filing and getting or getting denials. At the very least, you could wait a lot longer to start getting to start employment. At most, you could be put in removal, aka also known as deportation proceedings. So tread with caution and get someone to do it right. And I'm advocating for this, and I know I'm an attorney, and I know I'm part of a law firm, and I get that, but it really makes a difference to do it right the first time. Because at the very least, your peace of mind is at stake. And you go to bed thinking, you know what, the headache is no longer in my head, it's in someone else's head. The reason why you pay people is so that you can take the headache out of your head and you're thinking about it into someone else's head, so that now they're thinking about it. And they're thinking about it from a whole different framework, from a whole different set of experiences. And that's what I would say about whether you should hire an attorney or not, and how to file. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like the video and if you like the content, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. We want to improve. We want to constantly improve, and we're trying to provide as much value as we can to as many immigrants as we can. We pride ourselves in being the most immigrant-centric law firm, and we thank you for giving us your attention. And please feel free to share the video, or if you have a question or you need something, call us, reach us out through our website, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.